Hi, I'm Patty Stalker, and welcome to Local Music Rocks. Local Music Rocks is a monthly live show recorded here at WestfordCAT Studios. We feature local singers, songwriters, and musicians from the New England area. Tonight, I'm very happy to have with us the Jeff Root Band. They're a Boston-based band. Jeff Root is a vocalist and guitar player. We have Grant Clark, drummer, and we have Zach Root, who is the bassist and vocalist as well. So without further ado, the Jeff Root Band.
He wrote a 3-chord song. He sang it all night long. He sang it bold and strong, like a Kerouac, King Kong, swaller of the city streets, under the guitar and some bongo beats. He sang of hope beneath the urban slum, lifting our spirits like a dharma bomb. He played a crackpot tune. He howled it to the moon, crazed as a caged baboon or a Kerouac cartoon. He sang of Hitler, Bush, and Shanghai Shack, swollen bellies and the national debt, the cost of freedom, the American way, Martin Luther and the KKK. Loud as a magpie, feeling the buzz, frantic and wild-eyed he was. He played a crude descant. I watched him rave and rant. He struggled to enchant like a Kerouac transplant. I heard him busking as I paid my fare. That twitching cat was a maniacal stare, screaming verse into the passing crowd, who circumvented like a twisted crowd. Proud as a peacock, mocking the buzz, high as a moon rock he was. I heard him bringing out his last refrain in syncopation to the late night train, orphaned quickly in the sparks of light, Molly coddled by the breast of night. He wrote a 3-chord song. He sang it all night long. He sang it bold and strong, like a Kerouac, King Kong. Thank you very much. I'm gonna change it up a little bit and do a cabaret song about falling for a cartoon when I was younger. This is called Won't You Be My Betty Boop. Baby, won't you be my Betty Boop? With those garter belt stockings and the boop boop a doo, those baby doll eyes and the ruby red lips, that little flapper dress on your cartoon hips. We'd be smooching in the moonlight upon my stoop, lifting up my spirit when it starts baby, won't you be mine? Olive oil. 'Cause every sailor man needs a long-legged girl with her hair pulled tight in a little black bun, and those button-up boots with the socks undone. We'd be shivering me timber all around the world. Spinach from a can to help me strength recoil. Yeah, baby, won't you be my olive oil? And I could be your Elmer Fudd. You're really quite romantic, him and stud. Or I could be your Daffy Duck, moving up and down when you pucker up. Oh, baby, won't you be my Minnie Mouse, clicking in those little red heels all around my house, with that polka dot bow between your little mouse ears, and that squeaky little voice that my heart endears, with your frilly panties peep beneath your skirt and blouse. There'd be lots of mini magnetism to your gals. Yeah, baby, won't you be my Minnie Mouse? And maybe I could be your Pepe Le Pew, baby, if you'd be my Betty Boop, pa-doo-doo, pa-doo-pa-boop-boop-pa-doo. Thank you very much. I'm going to hand it over to my son, Zach. And we're going to do a song we co-wrote called The Low Way.
1, 2, 3, 4. I don't mean to be this way, but it's the way that made me. You seem to think I've gone astray, but I know my own way down. And I get my reasons. Run around and I'm digging down to the devil. In my crown, I'm digging down to the devil. And I don't mean to look your way, but my eyes that made me. They're rolling in a settling way, so the doom betrayed me. And my reasons. Run around and I'm digging down to the devil. In my crown, I'm digging down to the devil. I'm supposed to pay the praise, pay the paper, sink beneath my wake, tomb-saking souls, good, good thing to take and wind it down on the ground, shovel ringing with the sound of all my pretty little bitches singing, yeah. I don't mean to change my ways, so if you have to hate me, give it what you said a flame, but much the same innately. And I have my reasons to stand. Run around and I'm digging down to the devil. With my crown, I'm digging down to the devil. I'm the road was paid and praise, paid the paper snake beneath my wake, to forsaken souls, good, good thing I'm taking, wind it down on the ground, shovel ringer with the sound of all my pretty little bitches singing, yeah. I'm digging down to the devil. In my crown, I'm digging down to the devil.
So that was awesome, guys. We were grooving there in the studio. You sound great, very full, very danceable, right?
Yeah, Zach was dancing.
So you guys gonna
Pretty face.
Right.
That's what they say about me too. So, so you guys are gonna play a couple more songs, but I wanted to get a little background about
Sure.
you guys, and then also what is going on in the future. So, Jeff, it's the Jeff Root Band. So, are you driving force behind this?
Driving, yeah. These guys are putting up with me for so many years. But actually, Grant and I started in Hot Dates back in early 80s, actually late 70s, I think it was. And we had a great record out, a local release, but did very well. Had a
So
lot
that
of
was
airplay.
back. Yeah,
Yep.
that was back in the. I don't mean to interrupt, but that was
Sure.
back in Boston's heyday. I mean, you're
Yes,
talking late
yep.
late 70s up through the
The
mid
Cars
80s.
had just come out, and we were on their coattails, you know. So.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time.
Right. So it was a lot of fun. It was a great scene, as you and I had talked about earlier. And I always tell Zach what he missed, but he's doing okay.
Yeah,
so,
right.
Anyways, yes, that was a lot of fun. So we're still having fun, and Zach's been doing a lot of recording on his own. Grant's been playing with a bunch of different bands. The Neville the remains of the Neville brothers, actually, this last weekend.
Yeah, so let's hear a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thanks. I played this weekend with Charmaine Neville, Charles Neville's daughter, and Henri Smith's New Orleans Revue up at 9 Wallace in Beverly.
Nice.
Tremendous Grammy Award winner Amity Castanel on saxophone and a terrific New Orleans section. I play congas and percussion as well as kit drums, so and with a number of different bands because I simply can't hold on to a job.
You said you're back in the area from where?
All over. 35 years away since we had last played. I came back in 2016 after, I think it was 7 states and 4 foreign countries. So it's good to be back.
I'm sure. How did you guys hook up again? How does that happen? Was it a Facebook thing?
I think it was about 5 years ago. I just talked to somebody on Facebook that knew his sister, who gave me his number. I called him, and he said, "Who the hell are you?" So,
Well, you know, we had pinned our young hearts and hopes on Hot Dates, and when it didn't work out,
The band.
yes,
yeah.
yes, thank you, thanks for adding that. My wife will appreciate that too. And it was kind of like just so devastating that I don't know. I walked away from music for a few years before I got my legs back, and then 30 years later, I get a call from this guy, and
Right. Yeah.
you know how it is with guys. It's like you never.
You never.
Never
I think that's how it is with Facebook. Is
Yeah.
you just sort of hook up with all these people. And
Right.
Boston. I mean, let's face it. Boston is a small city. It's a suburb of New York, as a lot of New Yorkers like to say.
Right.
And a lot of musicians. It's very incestuous. You all sort of know each other, and especially over the course of years. And I know a lot of musicians that have played with different musicians, and and they played with them and that. And it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
the
actually,
Boston
he
music
said
scene.
he left and went off and did law and stuff, and I went into engineering and stuff and raised a family, and it was Zach that actually pulled me back into it with his enthusiasm for bass and
Nice.
jamming and all of that, and so we were doing some coffee house stuff for a while, and eventually started doing some records, and he's doing some on his own, and
So you're Jeff's son. So let's talk a little bit about your background.
What do you want to know?
But your music background. How did you get started? What have you been doing? And how did you get your dad back into the music scene?
Absolutely by accident. but I remember being interested in a bass that he kept under the bed. So that was an early interest. And
Do you play bass?
yeah, I actually played bass in the Hot Dates band, and I think that's the bass he's talking about.
beautiful.
And I think it was 8th grade or 9th grade. I gave him a bass. It was just a Squire bass, and he went nuts on it. He just loved it, and
Awesome.
he was playing all the wrong notes. But I thought, well, that's really cool. He's playing the 5th and the 3rd. He's not playing the root note, but he learned that later.
With sufficient confidence, it really
You don't
really
need that.
doesn't matter.
You don't need that, right?
Did he have the moves though?
Oh, yeah.
He had the moves.
So what are you guys doing now? So you released a CD recently?
Right. Yeah, we've just recently finished a 2-year project, and we're looking forward to another one. But we're getting some very good airplay right now. Actually, I should say airplay over the internet. But we're working on regular airplay as well.
The internet's the way to go. Let's
I
face
know,
it. It's,
I know.
it's almost
but anyways,
2019.
I've been getting a lot of response from the latest cuts and everything, and that's
Great.
been very encouraging. And
Come on, Jeff. It's 2 million downloads on SoundCloud.
yeah,
right?
so
2
right,
million?
it's 3 million.
3 million.
Wow.
right, yeah.
Wow. Nice.
Anyways.
Nice. Yeah. Toot your horn. So, how can they find you? On.
They can go to jeffroot.com, and that brings links to Spotify and SoundCloud, Reverb Nation,
Great.
CD Baby. So.
Yeah.
And thank you
Awesome.
for this opportunity. This has
Oh.
been a lot of fun to get together in the studio. And
Yeah. You guys sound great.
Oh,
You
thank you
sound
very
great. I'm
much.
so glad that you
Thanks so
guys
much.
could come out. So why don't we continue? We got a couple more songs for you guys
Thanks,
to do, right?
yes.
Okay. That sounds good.
Paints her eyes with radical views. Fashion tats from yesterday's news. Crowns her head with plastic and curls. She's a 21st century girl. She grins beneath that renegade mind. Keeps one breath ahead of her kind. Leaves her mother's head in a whirl. She's a 21st century girl. She never stops to worry about tomorrow. Living in that 21st century. Filled with truth and desire, burning bright like heavenly fire. Her heart's as pure as mother of pearl. She's a 21st century girl. Watch her now. That she's a 21st century girl. She never stops to worry about tomorrow. Living in that 21st century. Souls aflame with truth and desire, burning bright like heavenly fire. Her heart's as pure as mother of pearl. 'Cause she's the 21st century. She's 21st century. The 21st century girl. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you very much. We're gonna do, one more. It's an Irish tune. We get the Irish accent out, and this is an Irishman's perspective on the Beatles at the height of their fame. It's called Finnegan's Wake. 1, 2, 3. Well, Ringo was a leprechaun, McCartney was a flake, Jack Lennon was a hooligan, drunk at Finnegan's wake, George Harrison a praising lad who scarcely cracked a book, but when they bound together, how the mighty heavens shook. How they wriggled their asses, shaking their hairy pumpkins, from Killarney to Sligo. But like a stick in the grass, a scoop of unlikely pumpkins would soon be raking up the dough. John Kennedy had just been shot, the world was in despair. Nikita K was a fearsome lot with threats across the air. The Yanks were slammed with civil rights in some in Vietnam. The rest tuned in on Sunday nights to watch the laddies jam. How they wriggled their asses, shaking their hairy pumpkins, from Killarney to Sligo. But like a snake in the grass, this group of unlikely bumpkins would soon be raking up the dough. Beam high, skithery, idle, diddly, dum. Skiddly idle doodle idle diddly idle dum. 3 pies skiddly idle diddly idle dum. Diddly idle doodle idle diddly idle dum. Yet 50 years have come and gone, and still the legend's told how long ago and once upon that rebel turned to gold. The very stuff of tinkermen and drunkards on the dole, for ne'er before had force such beguiled the kindred soul. Oh, how they wriggled their asses, shaking their hairy pumpkins. From Killarney just like but like a snake in the grass, a scoop of unlikely pumpkins would soon be raking up the dough. For Ringo he was wee and then McCartney was a pop. Chuckland was a charlotte who drank until it dropped. George Harrison a scrappy cur, impertinent and rude. But when they played together, every wench became unglued. How they wriggled their asses, shaking their hairy pumpkins. From Killarney just like but like a snake in the grass, a scoop of unlikely pumpkins would soon be raking up the dough. Still they are, you know, stale in every show. Just a band of unlikely pumpkins, shaking their hairy pumpkins. Thank you very much.
You guys sounded great.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Yeah, the Jeff Root Band. Now, where can they find you on the internet?
Yeah, on jeffroot.com and hopefully in the clubs if we can get some of that happening. We're trying to work on that. So maybe Ralph's Diner and Middle East.
Nice.
Some of the places.
Nice.
Cabin
Somerville,
Theater.
Cambridge.
Yes,
Awesome.
yeah.
Great, great.
And
Well,
thank you again for having us.
oh, you're
Appreciate it so
welcome.
much.
You're welcome. You guys were terrific. So thanks so much for coming out. So Local Music Rocks, we are all about featuring local musicians in the New England area. If you would like to be on Local Music Rocks or know someone who would like to be, you can find us on Facebook. Search for Local Music Rocks Westford. You can also email me at pstalker@westfordcat.org. So from all of us here at Local Music Rocks, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.